Appreciate it. And stay with CNN for special coverage of tonight's debate. Anderson Cooper and Chris Cuomo are coming up. That begins right now.
Night 2, the CNN Democratic debate here in Detroit once again. Anyone wanting to know what separates Democrats from Donald Trump and what separates those Democrats on that stage from each other, certainly got plenty of both tonight and plenty to think about. Again, tonight we saw sharp disagreements on a number of subjects. We certainly saw a different, more engaged, more combative Joe Biden at times, especially toward California Senator Kamala Harris, although it did begin with a kind of attempted Jedi mind trick. Greeting her on stage, the former vice president asked her to, and I'm quoting now, "Go easy on me, kid." She did not, nor he on her, nor not in the least, and not just with her, in part because he is the front-runner in national polls, and perhaps because his opponent sensed vulnerability after the last debate. Senator Harris, Senator Booker, Julian Castro,
The second Democratic primary debate live from Detroit, Michigan. And now here's Guillermo Moreno, Jarris Jackson, and John Machiko on the Central Valley's home for all things Campaign 2020, Talk Radio 1680, KGED.
Last night. Now it's time for the second 10.
Please welcome from Delaware, former Vice President Joe Biden. Buddy. From California, Senator Kamala Harris.
Go easy on me, kid.
How you doing? You good?
Well, it is over. CNN's how do you want to call it? Steering of the future of the Democrat Party is over. Their agenda setting is over. And as you heard Joe Biden there, hey, take it easy on me. Take it easy on me, Kamala. Well, I'll tell you what, you and I both caught it at the very beginning. We're like, oh, man, he's ready. He's going up there. He's joking around with her.
He had some extra Benghazi. He was ready to go. The old man was ready to swing, Guillermo.
He had a pep in his step. He saw her, and he goes, oh, man, I'm taking you down.
I mean, really, the go easy on me, kid, was more foreshadowing. I'm about to
take you down.
I'm about to take you down, princess.
So here's my takeaways of tonight's debate. Still a boring fest. It was extremely boring.
Last night was actually more interesting.
I think so. But everything that I have said, and even going into tonight, you fast forward or you go back and you look at what I said. I predicted it. I mean, I was right, and I'm always on the right. But Joe Biden was going to come out. He was going to swing for the fences. He knew what he had to do. He was going to be great. I told you Kamala Harris was not going to do as well. And I told you CNN's going to be in the back for somebody, and they were. It was Joe Biden.
Now, we can admit 110% that Kamala Harris did not have the night she had the first night.
No, and she couldn't because Kamala Harris couldn't have the first night again tonight because CNN went after her. They went after her with Biden, went after her with a little bit with Kristen Gillibrand. And what I didn't see.
You know why? Because of the white man in charge of CNN. Refused to let me, a black woman, get ahead in this world.
Kamala Harris joining us in the studio. But what I didn't see coming, Jarris, was Tulsi Gabbard. I did not.
Who? Guillermo, let's be honest, all right? I think your wife has left the building.
I think my wife has left. She's still listening.
Your wife left the building, so you might be able to admit this. Tulsi looked pretty beautiful tonight.
One of my friends told me. I heard it from a friend.
Okay. Yeah. Tell us your friend's opinion.
Who heard it from a friend?
Not yours though, but what's your friend?
Who heard it from a friend?
She looked good tonight.
Well,
now can we go full? You do the best Alex Jones impersonation. Can we go full Alex Jones and give our conspiracy?
CNN is in the bag. I've been telling you, this damn liberal crooked media has been after Joe Biden was on that island with Jeffrey Epstein, and then CNN was there, and then everybody was there, and this is in the bag for Joe Biden.
All right, thank you, Mr. Jones. So our conspiracy is Tulsi Gabbard might be making the strongest VP. We talked a lot about making a play for VP. She might be making the strongest play for VP to be Joe Biden's VP.
Absolutely. Did you notice two important moments that you got to know? And we're going to tell you here first. Number one, she went after Kamala Harris like no other, and we got the clip.
Because she has the backdrop of being a woman and being a minority.
Nope.
She went after that and did the dirty work for Joe Biden.
This is a backroom deal. You could see it. And then the second point is
Biden Gabbard 2020, baby. Make your bumper stickers, go to Kinko's and get them printed off now.
Yep. And then she had a chance to hit Joe hard. She's an Iraq war veteran, right? She had a chance to hit Joe hard on him voting for the Iraq war. She totally pivoted, didn't attack him at all. CNN came in later on and even helped her out and started steering the conversation away.
She wouldn't attack Joe Biden to save her life.
Nope. But she's normally quiet, right?
Yeah.
Tulsi Gabbard was like a mouse in the first night. Boy, she came out swinging, and who was she swinging at?
Kamala Harris.
I'm telling you, this is a backroom deal. A backroom deal has been made. Joe Biden, Tulsi Gabbard, and then you made a very good point, which is now playing into all of this in the very beginning of our special coverage tonight.
What did I say?
You said conservatives, if conservatives had to choose someone on that stage, who would they choose?
And it's not just me saying that. You go look at polls that have been done. If you take out Democrat primary voters and it's only Republicans, Tulsi wins by a landslide.
Yes.
She's the most acceptable Democrat on the stage, and Joe Biden is going to pick her as the VP and try to go after a few scrawny Trump voters, Republican conservative voters that don't like Trump.
DNC knows America does not want a progressive lefty type of party. They had it in the bag. The first night, they went after progressives and they went after Sanders and Warren hard, especially Sanders. Tonight, they saw the rise of Kamala Harris. They went straight after her. Tulsi Gabbard played into some kind of backroom deal, went after Kamala Harris as well. This is all. You can come on. I know you can put the pieces together.
Guy. You're a smart and sexy American. We both know deals have been made, and the foundation tonight begin getting laid for Joe Biden and Tulsi Gabbard against Donald Trump and Mike Pence.
This is clearer than the Mueller report. I'll just tell you that.
Which, by the way, got a little... and some people were saying, they did mention the Mueller report. For a party obsessed with the Mueller report for almost Donald Trump's entire first term, to spend less than 15 minutes on it is not that big of a deal.
No, absolutely not.
They largely still avoided it.
Yep, exactly. I'm gonna pull up this portion here where Tulsi Gabbard just lays it on Kamala Harris. Harris,
I'm telling you, she did the dirty work that Biden could not do without being called a racist.
Yep.
She did the dirty work. She did the dirty work that Biden could not do without claiming that he hates black women. That is what Tulsi Gabbard's job was.
Yep. Go in there and take down Kamala Harris.
Go in there and say everything, maybe not everything, but go in there and say everything that Joe Biden said in his head during the last debate when she was mopping the floor with him.
Yep, here she is.
Congresswoman Gabbard, you took issue with Senator Harris confronting Vice President Biden at the last debate. You called it a, quote, false accusation that Joe Biden is a racist.
Boom. I didn't even catch that beginning. He pretty much saying, hey, look, you're mad at her, right?
What's your response?
I want to bring the conversation back to the broken criminal justice system that is disproportionately negatively impacting black and brown people all across this country today. Now, Senator Harris says she's proud of her record as a prosecutor and that she'll be a prosecutor president, but I'm deeply concerned about this record. There are too many examples to cite, but she put over 1,500 people in jail for marijuana violations and then laughed about it when she was asked if she ever smoked marijuana. She blocked evidence that would have freed an innocent man from death row until the courts forced her to do so. She kept people in prison beyond their sentences to use them as cheap labor for the state of California.
She's reading.
And she fought to keep cash bail.
She's reading from a piece of paper printed off Joe Biden's hotel printer.
People in the worst kind of way.
Thank you, Congresswoman. Senator Harris, your response.
Senator, she's dazed. Look.
And pause it real quick. She's dazed because she can't do the general, so a white man is now attacking me. She's dazed because she has to actually respond to the criticism, which is true. Liberals, like I said, after these debates, I'm going to do it tonight. I always go to the most liberal podcasts, the most liberal YouTube channels to see how they feel about this. This is liberals' biggest qualms with Camel Toe Kamala Harris, is being a prosecutor and the fact that she now wants to be the first person to propose to legalize marijuana while she threw thousands of men and women in jail for marijuana. This is the problem liberals have with Camel Toe Kamala Harris. And Tulsi Gabbard, using the defense that she's also a woman and that she's also a minority, went after that tonight. And meanwhile, Joe Biden was sitting back there going, "You earned that VP spot, Tulsi."
I love you in that white.
I did Attorney General of California. I did the work of significantly reforming the criminal justice system of the state of 40 million people.
See, this is the first time we've ever seen. This is a new Kamala.
It really is.
We're used to just a strong, independent black woman. We're used to that Kamala Harris. I've never seen flustered, doesn't know what to say, and looks like a deer in headlights.
I've seen a flustered Kamala Harris.
She's black, so don't compare her to an animal because we'll be deemed as racist. But I've never seen this flustered Kamala. This is the first time.
Oh yeah, it was.
This Kamala did not. No, so she's been flustered, like when you ask her questions or something, because it's like you said, she's the genius kid that studies and gets an A on the test, but you go to talk to them and they're a weirdo. They don't know anything. She's book smart. You give her something to study, she'll study the hell out of it and be a genius. But on the flip like that, when she doesn't expect it coming, she doesn't know what the hell to do. Case in point, she did not expect another minority woman to attack her on the one issue that progressives have constantly been talking about when it comes to Kamala Harris. And you see how flustered she is right now. Nobody wants to talk about anymore. No one. Kamala Harris would love to talk about buses right now. You know she would. Hey guys! I know I locked up all those black guys for smoking marijuana, and I'm the first senator to introduce this legislation conveniently now that I'm running for president. But guys, how about we talk about Joe Biden not letting black kids on buses?
Yep.
National model for the work that needs to be done, and I am proud of that work. And I am proud of making a decision to not just give fancy speeches or be in a legislative body and give speeches on the floor, but actually doing the work of being in the position to use the power that I had to reform a system that is badly in need of reform. That is why we created initiatives that were about re-entering former offenders and getting them counseling. It is why, and because I know that criminal justice system is so broken, that I am an advocate for what we need to do to not only decriminalize but legalize marijuana in the United States.
I want to bring Congresswoman Gabbard back in. Your response.
The bottom line is, Senator Harris, when you are in a position to make a difference and an impact in these people's lives, you did not. And worse yet, in the case of those who were on death row, innocent people, you actually blocked evidence from being revealed that would have freed them until you were forced to do so. There is no excuse for that. And the people who suffered under
Kamala's
your
calling her the N-word in her head. You better believe it.
You owe them an apology.
Senator Harris.
My entire career, I have been personally opposed to the death penalty, and that has never changed. And I dare anybody who is in a position to make that decision, to face the people I have faced, to say, I will not seek the death penalty. That is my background. That is my work. I am proud of it.
You know what, Kamala? She only sought the death penalty because she knew her BFF Gavin Newsom wasn't going to kill him anyways. She knew it's in California. We ain't going to kill him anyways. So let me just say, hey, listen, I'm going to go for the death penalty, but don't worry, you ain't going to die here because we love everybody. So even though you're a murderer, a rapist, whatever you did, don't worry, you ain't going to die. But I'm going to charge you with the murder, with the death penalty.
It's funny, Jason on our Facebook page is pointing out Kamala Harris tonight, her black girl magic ran out. Great.
It did.
Oh,
it really did.
Kamala, what happened to that black magic?
Let's go back.
That first debate, black magic is gone, brother.
You had said it perfectly. You said, wait a minute, she's getting too smart. She's not. When
they would lob an attack at Kamala Harris, she would come back, well, let's look at the statistics. In year, this many people, that's not what made you popular.
Keep it simple, stupid.
Yes.
She was
and
not
this is a
relatable.
Democrat debate. These are the most stupid Americans we have to freaking offer. You have to keep it extra simple, stupid.
Exactly. She was not able to reach out. I've been telling everybody this about Kamala the whole time. She's not that great at debating. She's not that great under pressure. She's only good when she preps. Tonight, she went back to the same old Kamala Harris that we've always seen. She's not quick on her feet. She's not relatable. Most of them up there aren't relatable at all.
Except Andrew Yang, he doesn't have a tie, so that means we should make him president right now without even having an election.
I'll give you this. Andrew Yang actually had a better night than night one. Still, he's still at the bottom.
Because he got to talk for more than 15 milliseconds.
Yeah, and he said he was Asian about like 20 times. We know you're Asian, buddy.
By the way, can I just mention how many
And we know
times,
you're good at math.
How many times we've made...
Allegedly.
How many times I've made jokes about him being Asian and being good at math, and everyone in here loses their mind. Oh, how could you say that? That's so racist. Well, he just said it, so I'm going to make all the damn jokes I want to now.
All right, so biggest takeaway. As I told you, Joe Biden came to play. He's still, listen, look at, CNN still, this guy's still shaking hands. He hasn't even left the stage yet. Joe Biden rebounded, had a huge night. Yeah, nothing was sticking.
We've got the live feed, and Joe Biden is still out there having a dandy old time.
Yeah, because he knows he's out there. He's spiking the football right now. He went after Julian Castro. I thought his attack on Julian Castro was the best of the night. He literally went after him and said, hey, Julian, you're talking all about this deportation, but it was pretty funny when you were a Secretary of HUD and you were in there with Barack Obama. Man, you never said a word.
Never heard you mention any of these things.
And he
And the point of it is then it would come back, and I think Bill de Blasio picked up Castro's slack and said, Mr. Vice President, we need a real answer. Did you tell Obama these things? And I'm sitting there thinking, you really think that Joe Biden is going to release out to all these people watching and everyone in that ugly auditorium, he's just going to announce the private conversations he had with President Obama? Come on, Bill.
Yeah.
You know he wasn't going to do that. And what did Joe Biden do 5 seconds later? I'm not going to reveal the details of my private conversations. Duh!
Yep. Joe Biden, he hit Kamala hard. He hit Julian Castro hard.
And he was on. Big Bird was
he tried to get so much traction and just... Man, he could not get traction at all. But that was my other big takeaway is that Joe Biden, he just...
I think he had a good night, man.
He had a great night.
And Guillermo, can we please not leave without mentioning that if it is a good night for Joe Biden, it was a great night for Donald Trump. Let's just be clear. That deserves a bell ring, brother. If it was a good night for Joe Biden, it was a great night for Donald Trump.
Yeah, but I will tell you this. I know what the strategy is now with the DNC. Remember, we all knew what the strategy was with the DNC in 2016. They wanted Hillary Clinton to get the nomination, and she eventually did, right? I'll give you this. The DNC and the establishment doesn't want a crazy progressive socialist or one that at least wears it on their sleeve. If they're going to do it, they're going to inch their way to progressive socialism.
Again, Tom Perez said it at the beginning. They wanted Obama. Guys, you got to understand, Obama's just as socialist as Elizabeth Warren and Bernie. He's just better at hiding it, and he's more methodical in his approach.
Yeah, but I'll tell you this. If Obama were on the stage tonight running for president, he didn't get elected in 2008, if he was on that stage, I think he would struggle.
He wouldn't. He would not be openly left enough. There's a difference between what you present yourself to be and what you actually are. He would not be openly left enough. He'd be sitting up there. He'd be like Joe Biden with a dark tan.
Yeah, but the CNN is in the bag for Joe Biden. They want him to take the nomination. CNN realizes the trouble.
Which again, I love that strategy because I sleep so well at night knowing it's going to be Trump, Mr. Stamina Trump against the old goat Joe Biden. No.
Do you think the Democrats have thrown away 2020?
No,
you don't think? You think they got a shot?
I think if you go ask Tom Perez tonight at one of the many dinners I'm sure he's going to be at after this, yes, he absolutely believes they have a chance.
I just think
he's not going to pull you aside and go, listen, we're really looking to 2024. I don't think they're doing that.
Part of me says they do. I think they realize that they cannot win, and Joe Biden is he's merely a placeholder. I'll tell you another thing I liked about Joe Biden. When he started to hear himself gets too out of touch and too lengthy with his words, he pretty much just shut himself up. He's like,
and it's funny.
Right.
I guarantee you that was his campaign.
Yeah.
Because listen, Joe Biden, if I keep talking, something racist is going to come out. So I'm just going to stop right here. There were so many times Joe Biden was like, yeah, and let me tell you another part of my plan. What we're also going to do is we're going to go into the committee.
Forget it. Yeah. He hit Senator Booker hard as well.
So Booker, Booker did not have his camel toe Kamala Harris moment from the first debate.
Nope.
I don't even think he came close, Guillermo. He didn't even come close.
No, he did not. Joe Biden went after Cory Booker pretty hard, especially when he was mayor of...
which is another record that really, if you don't listen to conservative media, you
wouldn't
don't
know.
even know his
you
record.
Would not know. No, Joe Biden...
there's a good chance you didn't even know he was mayor of Newark.
That's very true. If they
mention he's mayor of Newark, then guess what? People are going to be interested in how it went, and it didn't go too well.
Exactly. So Joe Biden was hitting on all fours tonight, and he was a clear winner. Wait until you see the polls after this. I mean, obviously Joe Biden's going to...
Now, let's be clear. You got to remember, Joe Biden was back on the upswing before tonight's debate, so this is only going to either solidify that or grow that even more.
Yep. The other takeaway here was the damn stories. I'm so sick of the
I told
stories.
you they were going to
No,
have
wait,
him,
stop. Jairus, when, a couple hours ago, I was sitting next to a young girl, and it was my sister, and she was telling me, is this a circus? And I told her, yeah, this is, sweetheart. This is a circus. Did that have an impact?
Can you answer the question, please?
It was so many dumb stories. Oh, my gosh. Now, listen, look, I got a heart. Conservatives have a heart, and it's sad that I even have to tell you that. But
yeah, don't say that stuff, because then that just placates to the idea that there's a question.
These stories, it's as if each of these candidates don't think you communicate with people and you're actually alive and you don't see these things for yourself. Or you're just not realistic. I mean, these stories, remember Hillary Clinton, she used to do them? Mm-hmm. She went on stage.
Hillary Clinton had always just met someone at a diner. Yes. And I'm like, maybe that explains why you're wearing these oversized muumuus, because you keep eating at Denny's, all right? Maybe that explains it for Jesus.
Oh, she's horrible. Thank you. I met Cindy, and she was telling me about her great aunt's grandma's cousin.
Guillermo, this goes to the relatability. If you got someone going out there and they're saying, a part of America's foreign policy is that we do not negotiate with terrorists. America as a country is going to rebuild. And then you got Trump that go up there and say, listen, if they don't do what we say, we're going to bomb the shiznit out of them. Who do you think is going to be more relatable?
Exactly. Well, if you have to think of a story or retell a story of someone you met, that means you either A, didn't know that story before, or know the hurt, and you literally had to go and find a story and then relate it back to us.
You know what's crazy?
It's fake. It's fake.
If you run for president, you meet more downtrodden people than missionaries. Hit the damn bell for that one, Guillermo. You meet more downtrodden people when for president than missionaries in Africa right now. Oh my God! It's like struggling people. It's like they're a magnet to campaign buses every 4 years.
Yes.
My God! No wonder you hate Middle America. If you go to Iowa, everyone there's just telling you about their problems.
Yes.
Jeez.
And here's the other takeaway. Everybody wanted their shot at Biden. Everybody wanted their shot at Biden.
Even down to Yang everyone took a swing.
Did he take a swing?
Yeah, everyone took a swing at Biden.
And it failed. Biden was like Teflon Don. Nothing was sticking. He was bobbing and weaving. I mean, he did a fantastic job. Nothing stuck to Joe Biden.
All right, so now let's give Cory Booker some credit. He did have one line out to our Facebook fans.
What did he have? Please remind me.
You're drinking from the Kool-Aid and you don't even know the flavor.
Yeah.
Now, if you've been around minority people, you've heard. See, that's the difference. These debates, and when you have these minority candidates on there, it opens you up. Because, if you're black, you've heard something along those lines before. If you're a minority, you've heard something along those lines before. I'm sure it blew white people away. All Cory Booker's donors, they were just like, oh, that's so wonderful. Honey, can you Google what Kool-Aid is really quick?
I don't even remember the last time I had Kool-Aid.
Yeah,
they still make it, right? They do?
I think so. I don't know.
I haven't had Kool-Aid.
They sell it at the 7-Eleven, so.
Yeah. No, this was, I don't know if let me try to pull this up, but Kristen Gillibrand's done. She's done. There's no hope for her. Did you see the part where she didn't even realize she was at the debate?
There was a few minutes where, and by the way, can we just say, and as people who talk for hours upon hours on end, we're not necessarily making fun of you, but we're not asking you to elect us to be president. Boy, the Democrat Party's got a lot of stutterers. And hey, if you want to fault Joe Biden for anything, that would be it. I mean, I don't know how many times Joe Biden found himself in a stutter fest and then just said, screw it, go to Kamala. That's what we did with Obamacare, or not Obamacare, but screw it, just go to Kamala. What do you got to say about this one? That happened a lot during the debate, man. A lot.
Well, we were watching it with a couple people, and we
had a little party here.
We did have a little party, and
imagine when the Republicans have a debate. That was nothing. Man, we're gonna have to go all out.
All right, so here's Tulsi Gabbard. Not Tulsi Gabbard. Here's Kristen Gillibrand not realizing she was at the debate.
Divide this party against itself.
Senator, thank you, Mr. Vice President.
The fact is, that's what I said about this country. We are a country of immigrants, all of us. All of us. Some here came against their will.
All right, so that's not it. Apparently, I can't read.
Words are racist. Letters racist.
Let me try to find this one here. I've been having a hard time with the with my quickness and my speed tonight. You can call me Kristen Gillibrand.
You could have been in that debate, brother. Judging by how quick you were going there. But man, listen, man, Joe Biden with the polls already going up and the polls showing him regaining what he lost in the last debate, he solidified that. I don't think he can. He solidified it, if not grew that, because the polls are back that show him in 25%, 35%, 33%. Those polls nationally are back. So Joe is back, and I think if there were some people that were on the fence, I think they're going to come back home tonight. If Joe Biden had another night like he did the first night, you could really start to question if he was going to be in this for the long haul. But everyone,
I agree with that.
But
I agree with that assessment.
everyone who had those questions, Joe Biden, much like he did to black kids in the 70s, just backhanded us. Everyone who had those thoughts and ideas, he just backhanded the hell out of us for the last 3 hours, letting us know, I'm here to stay. And in case you didn't know, Barack Obama likes me. He just throws that in whenever it matters.
Sprinkling it.
I mean, Joe Biden could be at the Olive Garden getting like Alfredo or something. I'll take the Alfredo and the chicken Parmesan. By the way, did you know Obama likes me? Did you know that?
He had so many people investigate my record, and I was
10 lawyers.
10 lawyers. They invested, and they found, and I wasn't racist.
So there is a second good line that Booker had, which we've been saying for years. Maybe Booker's been listening to us. He said, "Listen, Biden, you can't just play on Obama when it's good, but then denounce him when it's bad," which is completely true. But I'm glad Booker brought that up at least.
Exactly. No, I as I grab the clip here of Kristen Gillibrand not knowing that she and not realizing where she's at. Now it is this clip. Here we go. Here's Gillibrand not realizing where she's at.
Senator Gillibrand, what's your response?
Hello?
Again, President Trump, under his administration, 7 children died in his custody. Under his administration, families have been torn apart. This party is talking about real ideas for the future. We're talking about what we will do.
Oh, damn it. I don't know what to say. Remember, Trump's racist. Remember, he's got kids in cages.
Homophobic. Misogynistic. Another ist. He's all the isses. Oh, Trump, he's such a mother isser. I swear, all the isses. All the isses.
Oh, my gosh. She was kind of like that person in class. And we've all had those moments when the teacher calls on you and you just had not been paying attention the whole time. And you're like, what was that question? And
I got to tell you, you know what her problem is? She's just a plain Jane.
She is plain.
Like, she's just a plain old white girl.
Yeah,
what are we going to...
Like my friend told me, she's no Tulsi.
Man, Tulsi was looking. Tulsi, my man. Listen, homegirl Tulsi was looking good tonight. Tulsi was looking good tonight.
Hawaii will do that for you, I guess. Yeah, settle down, Jared. Settle down. Settle down. Hey, listen. I don't want you to become a liberal. Relax.
I think climate change is taking place in this studio. Jeez. Tulsi.
Oh my gosh. All right, here we go. Let's go to the white though. The white.
Wasn't it beautiful?
It was a little racist.
I told you it was a modified KKK outfit. Democrats are the party of KKK, so she just cut the hood part off.
Oh my gosh, that is horrible.
Tapered in the shoulders a little bit, Guillermo. And then but no, Tulsi Gabbard looks beautiful, and I gotta say, listen, Guillermo, I'll be honest with you, man. Because as we do believe backdoor deals have been made, and she is the she is the leading VP candidate. Boy, is she gonna look better than Mike Pence on the debate stage.
Oh. It doesn't take much.
I'm as conservative as they come, but first of all, as two dudes, Mike Pence wouldn't appreciate us thinking he's attractive. That's also a good point. Mike Pence would not like us thinking he's attractive. Let's get that straight.
That's very true.
And number
That's a good
two,
point.
why wouldn't he? I'm with him on that. But on top of that, man, she looked good tonight. Sussy! She can't drop out. Because what am I going to do? Drool over Kirsten Gillibrand who looks like a bloated soccer mom? What am I going to do? I can't do this. I can't do this. I need Tulsi. She looked amazing tonight.
That's very true. When we wanted to tune out, we're like, oh my goodness. And then my friend told me, oh, look, they're asking Gabbard
Well, you know what's funny? Yeah, it was funny. I feel like CNN might have known that because when it was like a long stretch of boringness, they're like, all right, Senator, come out. Oh, shoot. Tulsi, what do you got to say?
We need ratings.
Tulsi, literally say anything. We just need the male demographic and some of the women from San Francisco. So just stick in there, Tulsi. Just stick in there and say anything.
Oh my gosh, Jared, you're on fire tonight because of Tulsi.
That's why it's so hot in here, man.
So here's my prediction. The most Googled person is going to be Tulsi Gabbard.
No, you think she is?
Come on.
Can I make a prediction? Get ready to laugh at me because I already know. Bill de Blasio.
No way. The most Googled person.
Maybe.
No, it's going to be Tulsi. Tulsi for sure. No, Tulsi for sure. Well,
also, it's not going to be Kirsten Gillibrand. Can we hear her fumble one more time? Because that was so great.
My gosh.
Because listen, she's going to drop out any day now. So if you can, if you can just rewind that, because listen, she's going to be gone any day from now, and this is going to be the most memorable time of her campaign.
Barack Obama went out of his way to try to change the system, and he got pushed back significantly.
Senator Gillibrand, what's your response?
Again, President Trump, under his administration...
Hold on. President Trump? Wait. I don't think this was a President Trump question, was it?
Nope.
Bless her heart. Come on. All right, that's enough. Now we're just mocking her. All right, that's enough.
Under his administration, 7...
She's horrible.
That's enough. Now we're just
so bad.
Come on, we got class.
So bad.
We got class. We can't be mocking her. Come on.
Yeah, she did pretty bad. Andrew Yang, you think no, let's go to Castro here. Castro had a...
Now, here's the thing. Castro... Here's the thing. If you're on Castro's campaign, he had what everyone in the media called a breakout moment, correct?
In the first debate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that didn't translate well. So let's be clear. He didn't shoot up in the polls. He's still towards the bottom of the pack. There's still polls that says the top 6 people, the top 5 people, and he's nowhere to be found. So he needed to do better than he did in the first debate, and no one, not even his mother, will be, if she's being honest with you, will say he did better this debate than the first one.
His best,
his best option is that he keeps losing. He stays in the loser position. The worst is that he goes even farther down than he is now. Going up is not an option. His big breakout moment, and I rolled my eyes when he went back to the immigration code.
That's all he's got.
President Trump is using this section to separate kids. I'm like, bro, that's stale. It's a month old. You left the cookie jar open, and now the cookies are stale. What else you got?
He's got the problem that I think that Cory Booker has, Kamala Harris has, is they only got one card. That's the race card. Julian Castro is the only thing is I'm Latino. I know about immigration.
His card is Jimmo, screw that.
And adios.
He doesn't know.
Trump.
I hate that line.
Stupid line.
He doesn't know about immigration. He just knows that code. Him and his chunky brother probably Googled it. His brother's the fat one. And the one with the beard. Him and his chunky, fat, hairy brother, they just Googled the code. They're like, hey, you're going to get all the way to the White House just knowing these letters and these words put together.
Yep. And on immigration. He's a what is it, a one-hit wonder? That's it. One-hit wonder.
Adios joke is that. And can I just say,
I'm so tired of it.
When we were at the Democrat debate, that did wonderful. Tonight, it was just a little bit above golf claps. Take some cues, dummy. People, I've heard it before, and it ain't working, and it's not good anymore. When we first heard it at the debate, you and I looked at each other, because we're honest. I mean, we've given Kamala, we give them props when they do something good. We looked at each other at the Democrat debate, and we were like, yeah, that was a good line there. All right, Castro, good line. We heard it tonight. We're like, please shut up. It's not good. And it's not just as conservative Trump people. It's not playing well after I've heard it 3,000 times already.
Well, and they're not relatable, man. It goes back to one thing. They're not relatable. Who was the most relatable up there? Probably Biden. Let's just be honest.
That everybody hates.
Yeah, let's be honest.
Except Tulsi. Tulsi likes him a lot.
Well, Tulsi was pretty relatable to maybe the male demographic, I guess. But
and women in San Francisco.
And women in San Francisco. They were not relatable. Even Yang. I mean, Yang...
Now, Yang took the cues. And how many times? I'm glad we're not going to hear this saying the rest of the week. Republican talking points. I think Yang took some Republican talking points because right out the gate, let me explain how we're going to pay for the universal basic income, because that was the biggest complaint from the last one.
Well, it's because he didn't know how he was going to pay for it the first time. His math was off. Let's just be honest. This guy's
he did the math in between that debate and this one.
He did. No, don't give him too much credit. He screwed up the first debate. His
Asian.
math was off.
He's Asian. He's good at math.
All right, fine. So he's not good at communicating his math. So this debate, he came out, he went firing. He's like, look, we can afford it. I swear. Let me tell you. Let me walk you through this. This is my opening statement.
Hey, did you see? There were some people. It was a picture of why was I just about to say Andrew Jans? Andrew Yang.
Yeah.
Basically the same thing. It was literally, I'll give $1,000 to anyone who can find my tie. It was a picture. The first $1,000 goes to anyone that can find my tie.
He knows he knows what he's doing, and he's loving it. He's being annoying because he goes after the first debate. You know, the most thing that got most attention was me not wearing a tie, when it should be XYZ.
Everyone's sitting up here wearing makeup with their pre-prepared
wearing makeup.
And And don't say pre-prepared statements, because I can go down the line, and I've seen all you filthy malooks look down at a piece of paper and then look up into the camera like you weren't just looking at the paper and say something. Every last one of you has prepared remarks.
Did President Trump have prepared remarks when he was debating?
He didn't need prepared remarks to tell you his hands were huge. He didn't need... Trump just knows. He didn't need prepared remarks for that, Guillermo.
No, but he didn't. He wasn't. Listen, you got to be able to reach out, and you got to be able to look in that camera, and you got to reach out to the American people and say, "Look, this is me. This is who I am. This is what I believe in. Take it or leave it." If you're having to read from a paper, you're done. You've already lost.
I gotta say, these Mo on our Facebook page just said this is the world's longest SNL skit. 3-hour SNL skit, man. If you looked at some of their impressions. It was just, their facial expressions when the camera would get back to them, you're just like, this is the best they got? This is what they got? Michael Bennett. Oh my gosh. What is wrong with his speech?
He talks like this.
Let me tell you.
Here's what we did in Colorado.
Here's
what we did in Colorado. Okay?
No. But it was horrible.
We have to get rid of the filibuster and fight Mitch McConnell, or they're just going to keep doing this.
He sounded like that. Governor Jay Inslee, Mr. Climate Guy. We're 10 years behind and we're going to die. Governor Jay Inslee wore glasses tonight. So did someone say, "Hey, dude, you look dumb"?
That was to make him seem smart.
I was going to say you need to get some glasses, and then you need to look like Guillermo Moreno's glasses. You know, give yourself.
No, his glasses weren't nearly as massive.
They were I think it's nearly as nice.
No, not nearly as well, that too, but they weren't nearly as massive.
The camera adds 10 pounds to the glasses, so that's why mine look. Anyhow.
Nah, bro, those are just massive Coke bottles.
Hey, you ain't got nothing. Yeah, listen, dude.
Not as big as yours.
Oh, give me a break. Oh, come on. Anyhow. All right. So we talked about Governor Inslee, Bennett, Castro.
So you're just going to leave my boy Bill de Blasio, the man who stole the night.
Horrible.
The man
he did not steal the night. How did Bill de Blasio steal the night? Exactly. The guy was, he got beat up on Eric Garner.
Oh, God.
Let me cue it up. Bill de Blasio. Never mind. You're late already, Bordoff. Thank you. So, Bill de Blasio, you were saying?
Bill de Blasio.
Look, he was screwed because if he went back and said, "Look, I'm going to fire that cop," the cops already hate him. He was done.
There was a protest from NYPD police outside of the debate.
Oh, did they get inside?
No, they never got. Because they weren't the people who were yelling at the beginning of the debate.
There were a couple interrupters. Yeah. Who had them? He had them. Booker had the interruptions. Biden did too.
Yes.
Remember, they asked Biden, "Hey, about all those deportations," and then someone said 3 million. Was it 3 million too many? Was the chant?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you had a couple of distractions going on in the debate hall.
This debate showed more than anything how far the Democrats are going to socialism. Because Biden's sitting there and he's like, "Yeah, I took these positions that were normal less than a decade ago, but now I'm sitting here trying to be in with the cool kids and I got to change everything."
Yeah, but he was able to shake that off really well. Yep. They did not attack him as flip-flop Joe as I thought they could have hard enough. They weren't. They're not ready. They don't have it.
Well,
Kamala doesn't have it.
One of the people on the stage, their main job was to protect him, not to go after him. So.
and look, this is what they told Tulsi. "Hey, sweetheart, you got one job. Stand there and look nice. Stand there and look pretty, and you're in as VP."
And then beat up Kamala
and then beat up
harder than Joe Biden would ever get allowed with actually doing.
Exactly, but sit there and look pretty.
Yeah.
And
she succeeded perfectly.
Yeah, I can't believe. I mean, they said she had a chance to go after Joe Biden, and she just bypassed it. I mean, nothing's gonna prove that point bigger than that moment when she could have attacked him on his Iraq war vote, and she just didn't.
And you know what's funny is that's the biggest. This woman has never passed up an opportunity to go after the military-industrial complex or anyone that's over the age of 55 that ever voted for a war. So you think it's a coincidence she just let Joe Biden slip through the cracks?
No. Biden Gabbard 2020. That's my prediction.
So is your boy Pete gone as being a pick? I think if Camel Toe gets it, she'll go with Pete.
Listen, the only reason why Biden wouldn't go with Tulsi Gabbard is if anybody is shot up so high in the polls that he's got to do
It's hard. He can't ignore them.
He can't ignore them like a broker deal. No. Pete ain't getting. What is he? Where is Pete? He's down like in what, 5-6%?
Yeah.
No, it's not going to happen.
Tulsi's lower, but.
Yeah,
but it goes back to what I said.
But she's not gay. She's not a gay male.
But again, you can't tell he's gay just by looking at him. So it's going to look like two white guys. It's going to look like a young white guy and an old white guy at the top of the ticket. That ain't going to be enough, bro. They're already going to be pissed that they got an old white guy at the head of it. No, you're going to need to put the beautiful island girl.
They're going to put her on there. No, absolutely. There's no one that is going to take that spot unless Kamala Harris, just jumps up in the polls and she's like maybe 20, 25%, and Joe Biden's up at 30 or 40. That's the only way he picks her. But Tulsi Gabbard, she's making a run for VP, man. She's doing a fantastic job. And I'll tell you this, as conservatives, we need to be afraid a little bit.
Yeah,
a little bit. And it's not because she's wooed Jairus with her beauty.
We're something. I don't know what, but we something. Man, I gotta go home and watch. I hope I pre-recorded it. I gotta go home and watch that debate.
She was in front of us at the California. Nobody was talking to her back then.
Yeah, you know what she was? She was like that girl before puberty.
My gosh!
No, like she was like that girl. She was like that girl that goes away. And then she comes back on summer break, and everyone's like, "Who is that?" They're like,
Latinos call that transition quinceañera time at 15.
They're like, that's Tulsi. That's the girl no one wanted to talk to before the summer break. Well, let me talk to her now. That's Tulsi Gabbard. It is. It is. Hey, you remember that girl that was not hot when you left for summer break, and you came back, and some things happened over that 3 months, and you're like, "Let me go talk to her." That's Tulsi Gabbard.
Oh my gosh! I don't know. You're too young for this, but back in the day, they used to have these shows. They're like that. Well, they still do. From Geek to Chic, and it's like, yeah, you never saw that?
No.
Oh, that was like daytime TV. It would be like Maury when he used to do something else besides "Are You the Father?" paternity tests.
I didn't know he did other stuff.
No, he did. It was from like Geek to Chic. Like they treated this person horrible in high school, but now look at them, and they come out and they're just, they go.
Gonna wish you didn't. That's when you're at the reunion, the high school reunion, and Tulsi comes out looking beautiful, and you're looking at your overweight wife who was hot. You're looking at your overweight wife who was hot in high school, but then she had 3 kids, and you're just like, damn it.
You're horrible, Jairus. You're so bad. You're so bad. Anyhow, CNN is doing their post-debate coverage. Cory Booker there sitting down with...
Who let Obama sitting up there looking like a milk dud with them bright camera lights on him?
He had a lot of makeup on. It looks like he's taking some off.
They all have a lot of makeup. He does look a little darker. I think it's a light change.
It could be that too. It really could be. Cory Booker, what I had said was, for a guy that lives in the hood and talks about living in the projects so much, he's still unrelatable.
He's got that because he doesn't go out in the hood with the people. He just lives there.
Dude, he goes home and he locks all of his locks at home.
He's got like the granny locks from the movies where you ring the doorbell and then all you hear is.
Exactly.
And then he opens it and the chain is still there. What's going on? What's going on? That's what it is.
Is my limo here yet?
Yeah, exactly.
Am I going to DC yet? Let's go. Get the hell out of here.
Is that gun that I keep here secretly for protection, even though I want to take away everyone else's guns?
Mueller. They brought it back.
I still don't think you can give them credit. Not for as big of a deal as they made Mueller to talk about him for a short amount. In a 3-hour debate, is the longest debate we've had so far. That did not count. That didn't count.
I'll tell you what. It was kind of the same. All right, they said that. I better say the same thing. Yeah, we should move now to impeach him and blah blah blah. It was a very
Now, Julian Castro. We may be here 5 months from now, 6 months from now, hell, 3 weeks from now, and we might be saying Julian Castro gave out the blueprint because what he said made a lot of sense. And it was that if we Democrats in the House, if we don't impeach, Trump's not only going to say they didn't do it because I was innocent, but people are going to look on us as being bad for not impeaching. If we throw it over to the House, we can paint the whole Republican Party and Trump as defending Trump being the criminal. If Strokey Face was listening, she stood up and she was like, that's how we're going to do it.
Exactly.
That's how we're going to do it. We're going to throw it there, and then we're going to start a multi-billion-dollar ad campaign saying Moscow Mitch, which I guess is his new name.
Moscow Mitch.
Democrats not as good as coming up with names as we are. Moscow Mitch, why are you protecting the criminal Donald Trump? If Castro did anything good, he gave Strokey Face a blueprint for impeachment.
Yep.
And look at that. Look at that, Nancy. The squad is over here ruining your life. Meanwhile, Castro just gave you the blueprint.
Exactly.
For impeachment.
And what he said President Trump was going to do, he would do, because he's at the end of this, President Trump's going to say, hey, look, they knew I wasn't a criminal. They knew they couldn't get impeachment across the floor. So I'm innocent. They didn't even want to take me on.
And listen,
that's
Castro's
what he would
right.
say. And so is Trump.
Yes.
Because they got nothing.
So Castro's thing is, screw all the conventional wisdom in the polls that say no one likes this. We do this in the House, the only place where it's going to be comfortable. And then, they want Mitch McConnell not to work on it. They're saying send it over to the Senate. Moscow Mitch won't do anything about it. And then we can paint the whole Republican Party as covering up for this Russian spy Trump.
Yep, exactly. I was pretty surprised that they were hitting Bernie Sanders and he wasn't even on stage either.
That's why.
His name came up. His name came, and they were still hitting on Sanders.
Yeah, they were. But I don't know, man. Dude, you think it still ends up being Biden after what you've seen tonight? Does this just reinstate what you said before that's going to be Biden?
It reinstates what I've been saying the entire time, that before even the first debate came out. I told you guys, Joe Biden is going to win the nomination. This proves my entire theory. The DNC, CNN, everybody realizes that this isn't where the party needs to go, and they need to try to stop it as much as they can. They need to not make sure that their party doesn't get taken over by progressive liberals, and Joe Biden is really their only shot. And really, Tulsi Gabbard is, too. Because think about it this way. Worst case scenario, Tulsi Gabbard, they lose, which is going to be worst case scenario for them anyways. But now they've given Tulsi Gabbard a platform, so at least they got her in their back pocket for 2024.
And think about it. If the DNC really wants to get a hold on this and change the public image from the squad to moderates, you better believe Tulsi's going to be driving that boat.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh.
And she's not going to be afraid to go after these young gals either.
No.
Nope.
And think about what you're going to have. If that civil war breaks out, Tulsi, this person who served in the military, who's beautiful,
patriotic
and well-spoken, going up against Congresswoman I sleep with my Jews Omar in AOC.
I sleep with my brother.
Sorry, she kills Jews. I sleep with my brother Omar.
Yep.
Who do you think Middle America's going to choose? Republicans. Tulsi's already our number one candidate if we had to pick from this group of people. So I
like her better than Pence.
Yeah. How dare you say what you just said? What is wrong with you, sir? Did you just say you like
Mike Pence is like?
Did you just say?
Oh my God,
Did you just say?
He is low energy.
You like Tulsi Gabbard more than Pence?
I'm just telling you, man. Mike Pence is a little boring.
Are you serious right now? Did you really just say that out loud?
I did, because I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna front. It's Mike. The guy is so boring, man.
You can't say that.
The guy is so boring. I agree with his politics more than I do with her, but he's just so boring. He's got no character. He's got no charisma. Great guy.
Can't say
that. You guy.
Man, open up the phone lines.
I'm just telling you. 559-442-1680. Let's go out to Jeff. Jeff, man, you're on.
Hey, what's up, fellas? How you guys doing?
We're living the dream, Jeff. Living the dream.
Absolutely. The winner of tonight's debate is the same one who won last night.
Who? Trump?
That would be the president.
Yeah.
You know, the Democrats are not. I agree with you guys on Gabbard, by the way, and it's not just because she's someone that you can look at.
It's about what's upstairs. Or Jeff, we've only talked about what's upstairs.
What's that?
I said it's only about what's upstairs, Jeff. We're not going to entertain this talk about how she looked tonight.
Absolutely. It doesn't help. It doesn't hurt though that she actually is someone. There's stats that show that attractive people get ahead slightly more than unattractive, even if they're less qualified. Which I'm not saying she's less qualified, but we've seen it in the workplace, bro. You guys know what's up. So
we do.
But she is smart, though. I mean, she has enough of a quote unquote America First agenda, like her foreign policy stuff.
Yeah.
That she, she's probably more America First on foreign policy than Trump. But I give Trump a bit of a pass on that because it's easy to say things when you are a candidate for president versus when you have the fire of the special interests on your backside when you're in that office.
And I think the other part of it too, Jeff, is it's not just. So if you look at the polls, Tulsi's number one among Republicans. She also has a good chance at picking up independents and libertarian-leaning people as well.
That's why she'd be a great VP pick.
Exactly. She also has the courage to go on, Fox News. She goes on Tucker Carlson's show, and and I've monitored how different factions of politics are taking to her online, and there's a lot of Bernie supporters that are willing to go with her, even if they disagree with certain aspects of her not coming out and wanting to, raperate white people on slavery and things like that, and they're willing to overlook things. And I also America First, I guess you can call them nationalist type Republicans, throwback to the Eisenhower era, which Tucker Carlson is. And enough of them online are openly willing to vote for her. Like you said, Jairus, independence. But what's going to happen to her, unfortunately, is exactly what we see now. She's going to get Ron Paul'd, so to speak. She's going to have a lot of enthusiasm online and a lot of buzz, but at the end of the day, the DNC will not let her through, even though she probably could beat Trump if the momentum worked right for her.
And the thing is she's not, so the DNC is not going to let her through the door, but maybe if Joe Biden is the one knocking on the door first and she's standing behind him, they might let him through.
Sheila's giving me a hard time on my Mike Pence. All right. Hey, Jeff, man, appreciate your phone call.
Oh, my God. Thank you.
Sheila's giving me a real hard time.
What did she? I can't believe you actually said that. How dare you? What did she say?
Sheila said, look at her a little higher, G.
That is kind of trash. Your wife wasn't in the room.
Listening. Come on, man. My wife is... Gabbard is nothing on my wife. Speaking about Gabbard, how many...
We've seen her commercial about 8 times in the last 10 minutes.
It's starting to make a lot of sense, buddy. How many times...
Can we just say...
How many times has Tulsi Gabbard not paid to be on this air?
You would think it was an Alabama Republican running. It comes on with the Pledge of Allegiance and an American flag waving in the background.
And then she goes and she's putting American flags on military tombstones.
If that was the squad, they would go and they would spit on every individual grave. That would be their commercial if it was the squad.
And then she's in front of Congress and she's got an American flag. She is...
Guys, Tulsi is going to be the DNC does not, and the Nancy Pelosi, they don't want the squad to take over. And Tulsi is going to be, may I add, the beautiful vehicle that is going to lead them back to some sense of sanity. Or at least
misogynistic. Are you comparing her to a car?
Or at least claiming like their sanity. She's like a Bugatti, though. She's not Gillibrand, which is like a beat-up Honda Civic.
What would you call Kamala?
What's Kamala? What's a black people car? What car do black people drive?
Escalades, I guess.
An Escalade.
An Escalade.
Kamala's an Escalade. It's been,
from the 90s.
From the 90s. And let me tell you something. That trunk has been used. A lot of stuff. A lot of stuff has been put in that trunk. Ain't that white really brown? You know that's right, sugar. A lot has been put in that trunk. Anyway, Guillermo,
Oh, that's so bad, bro. That's so bad. Speaking of her, let's go to her.
You interpreted that.
That's what he wanted me to do. I didn't really think much about it, to be honest with you.
Come on, we can't. Come on, Kamala. What are you doing?
She just said that's what he wanted me to do. Put stuff in the trunk.
Oh my gosh. I don't know who to go. I don't know who to cue her back.
I'm done. All right, I'm good. Calm down.
Clear about who I am, so nobody's going to define me on that stage.
Right.
Yeah.
In terms
she knows she had a horrible night.
Healthcare, you've just put out your plan.
Yep.
In past debates, people have raised questions about where you were on.
I just wish we could have the audio. Her interviews after the debate, the first one, compared to now. Oh, she's grinning her teeth. Like, when I'm done with this, my car better be ready. Whatever I want for dinner better be waiting. There better not be one thing messed up or someone's head's getting ripped off tonight because I'm pissed.
She had a horrible night.
And you know what else someone pointed out on Twitter, which is completely true? Kamala Harris, and this is a great way to judge how you think their nights went. During the last debate, Kamala Harris is the one who stuck around shaking hands afterwards. Relatively speaking, compared to Joe Biden, she was out of there pretty quick tonight.
Yep, she ain't selling any T-shirts tonight.
That girl was me, the one that lost in the debate last night. Yeah, that girl was me.
Yeah, half off now. Half off. You get the special. You get the second debate special. All right, Jairus. Listen, closing remarks on night 2.
Man, Joe Biden, look at the polls as well. Joe Biden reclaiming front runner status. Now, what do you think? Because do you think that they're going to cycle through? Because this happened a lot in our primary. If you remember, first it was Ben Carson, then Rubio, then Ted Cruz. We like to cycle out. You get to go up to the...
it was Herman Cain, too, for a while.
Herman Cain was 2012.
Oh, never mind. You're right. You're right. My bad.
You're a racist white supremacist, and you think all old black guys are interchangeable. How racist is he?
My bad. You're right. You're right. It was Ben Carson.
It was Ben Carson. But both of them talk like this. So, listen, you go to the same church as him, so don't be making
We do go to the same church. Not like, but we're the same faith.
He doesn't fly here from Washington every week, but yeah, Seventh Day, whatever.
Seventh-day Adventist.
Seventh-day dentist, all right?
Seventh-day Adventist.
That's why all you guys have great teeth.
Oh, my gosh.
Y'all, you're just sitting there, you learn dental work.
We do have a great health message, but go ahead.
All right, so, is that why you don't eat meat?
Kind of.
Okay, so, Kamala. Do you think, because during our primary we like to interchange it? You go up to the plate. You got 3 swings to knock Trump off. If you don't knock him off, back of the line, we're gonna try someone else to knock him down. Do you think they do that?
No.
Do you think the Democrats go, Kamala, you had your shot. Pete, let's see if you can knock off Joe Biden, Pete. No. So you think they're still gonna use the vehicle of Kamala Harris to knock him down?
Who? The DNC?
No.
The establishment?
I'm just saying the people who tonight are going to stand back and go, Biden, he may have dropped to a knee, but he's back up. He's on both feet and he's swinging now. Are they still going to say, all right, come on, let's get ready for the debate in September? Or are they going to start looking at other? Are they going to start looking at other people?
I'm predicting right now.
And do we talk until we get to the September debate? Do we just sit here and talk about Kamala Harris has to come back and do better than she did last time? Is that what we say?
Oh, that's going to be the next. Oh, yeah.
Leading into the September
absolutely.
debate? Okay.
Here's my main takeaway from tonight. Joe Biden is...
Guys, she does not look happy.
She doesn't, no.
We're looking at her. We've got the in-studio monitor. She does not look happy.
You go work one place, and that's where you work until you retire. That is no longer the case in America. And no one should have to worry about losing their job or changing their job because they may not have health care once they make that decision.
In terms of the discussion you had with Vice President Biden in the last debate, it came back up. He has not in any way apologized or backtracked from what he says his position was back then. Do you think he should?
Well, we have a disagreement, and that's it. I mean, we have a disagreement. Let's revisit the issue.
Yeah, she had a horrible... Yeah, she's not happy. So here's my takeaway, Jairus. Joe Biden has been in control of this damn thing for a while. And I don't care if he had a bad night out. I knew he was going to come back. He was going to come back swinging. He was going to go find Scranton Joe, the Scranton Joe that beat up Paul Ryan in the VP debates. This guy, this guy can debate. Joe Biden is back, and I knew that he was going to get a little bit of help from the DNC because the DNC is not above not helping a candidate who they have hand selected.
How dumb are you to think, guys? This is the same DNC from 4 years ago.
Yep.
That said, we're going to burn this party to the ground before we give the nomination to Bernie. You really think less than 4 years changed that?
Nope.
You think just because they changed leadership? No.
Nope. No. And this is
you want to know why? Because the big donors are. Yeah. It doesn't matter who's the head of the party. The big donors are the same people that said, "Don't let that old socialist bastard get the nomination." Those people are still bankrolling the party. So I don't know why you would think anything would change.
And folks, we've also learned that the Democratic Party is dead. They are in the ICU. I'm not going to go as far as some people did. Oh, listen, she's being asked right now about Gabbard, Tulsi Gabbard.
That is disproportionately negatively impacting black and brown people all across this country today. Now, Senator Harris says she's proud of her record as a prosecutor and that she'll be a prosecutor president, but I'm deeply concerned about this record. There are too many examples to cite, but she put over 1,500 people in jail for marijuana violations and then laughed about it when she was asked if she ever smoked marijuana. She blocked evidence. That would have...
And we're watching Harris listen to this.
...from death row until the courts forced her to do so. She kept people in prison beyond their sentences to use them as cheap labor for the state of California. And she fought to keep cash bail system in place. That impacts poor people in the worst kind of way.
Thank you, Congresswoman. Senator Harris, your response.
Can I just say really quick, Camilto looks like if she excused herself right now, she'd go in the bathroom and cry. I'm not saying that as a joke.
She's not happy.
No, she's.
So where she's watching, she's watching
it. Bring it back up to get her response after this.
Yeah, she's watching it, and it's kind of like
very uncomfortable.
She doesn't want to watch it. No. Anderson Cooper,
and that's how you know it was a fail.
Oh yeah,
no one wants to relive the failure. She does not want to watch or hear this again.
CNN's Anderson Cooper is literally making her watch the entire exchange, and pretty soon we're going to figure out.
It's pretty savage of CNN that they could have went full screen. It's pretty savage.
They don't want her.
That we're seeing her respond.
Yeah, here we go.
Did you expect that from Gabbard? Had you had interaction about that?
Now that the cameras are on, she cracks a smile.
And how do you think it went?
Well, I mean, listen, this is going to sound immodest, but I'm obviously a top-tier candidate, and so I did expect that I would be on the stage and take hits tonight because there are a lot of people that are trying to make the stage for the next debate.
Yeah, for a lot of them, it's do or die.
Well, yeah, and especially when people are at 0 or 1% or whatever she might be at. And so I did expect that I might take hits tonight. But, listen, I think that this coming from someone who has been an apologist for an individual, Assad, who has murdered the
Now she's trying to sound like a
people
hawk.
of his country like cockroaches. She who has embraced and been an apologist for him in a way that she refuses to call him a war criminal. I can only take what she says in her opinion so seriously. And so I'm prepared to move on.
Turn it off. First of all, so number one, this is how you know she was struggling, because she just took a John Bolton opinion. The only thing that was missing is she didn't say, hey, she hates America. That was the only thing that from what she just said.
Exactly.
And then the other
I'm
side.
a top tier candidate.
But wait,
wow, that's... Come
not
on.
after tonight.
Hopefully not after tonight.
And it's funny because she's like, yeah, and Tulsi Gabbard, she's only at 1%. Tulsi Gabbard's like, listen, this plan goes out the right way. I'm gonna be working at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. Don't you worry about me being at 1%, Kamala, because I'm gonna be working at 1600 Pennsylvania if this goes right.
Oh man, but yeah, so
I'm enjoying it because think about where we were, right, man. There were news stories and pundits saying Joe Biden should drop out this time last month during the debate.
I told you,
And
you can
now-
go back in the video. I told you that wasn't going to be the case.
And now the savior, Kamala, looks flustered. She looks sad. I would think she kind of just struggled to answer that. I mean, that was not cool, calm, collected, and concise Kamala. She kind of sounded like Biden. There was a lot of, guys.
She's on her way down. She's on a decline.
I don't know if I'd say that.
She, unless Sleepy Joe has like a horrible, which is not out of the question. I mean, Joe Biden's.
You want to know what else happened instead of him just solidifying himself as being in first place? The biggest thing Joe Biden did tonight is the fact that there's still over 10 of these debates to happen. Tonight, Joe Biden reassured all the millionaire and billionaire donors. He reassured them that if he has a bad debate, he can come back and do good.
Yep.
And he reassured them that, listen, I ain't perfect, but if I mess up in a debate, I just proved to you tonight, give me some time and I'll come back, I'll regain my lead in the polls, and I'll kill it in a debate.
Exactly. And Jairus, I also don't want to ignore the fact that the President Trump has been, he has done so well.
I'll check his Twitter while you're talking.
He has done so well that he has literally been able to dictate. He's dictating who the Democrats are going to choose. Because he literally, I mean, everything that you've seen the president do in the last month has been so systematic. And the DNC and the liberal media are having to respond because the president is so effective. Their whole campaign isn't to move America forward. Their whole campaign is just to beat the crap out of President Trump. And that's why they realize, dang it, nobody wants progressive values. Nobody wants universal health care. Nobody wants what these people are buying. So we gotta rig it because we don't want to lose. And this is their attempt here. Their attempt is going to be they're going to be in the bag for Biden and a more moderate candidate like Tulsi Gabbard.
Let's dip back into this Kamala fest.
Here we go.
What my plan is just going to be the most relevant plan, and I will tell you, the architect of the Affordable Care Act, Kathleen Sebelius, has spoken about my plan as it being something that would be one of the closest to actually achieve Medicare and health care for all people. Many experts have said that who have reviewed my plan. I'm very proud of my plan because I do believe that it is going to be the most relevant and the most helpful to American families.
Listen, dude, when you start talking like that, I'm sorry, you got to keep it simple, stupid. You do. She's brainy. She's smart. She's a smart gal. Yeah. She's not stupid, and she was unable to relive that magic that she did in the first debate, which is all about relatability. Amtrak Joe is relatable.
Because I threw this out there. Do you think Kamala? You think she did too good in the first debate? Because let me tell you this. I think she did too good, and she had too big of a moment. Because there were times where, if again Honda Civic, Kirsten Gillibrand had said it, we would have been like, damn, Gillibrand had a good moment. But because we expected so much more from Kamala, she had a moment that for anyone else would be amazing, but she had it, and we were just like, all right. Yeah. I mean, I think she shot herself in the foot indirectly by doing too good in the first debate, where we expected way much more. Again, if any of those other idiots had done it, if Michael Bennett, for crying out loud, had a few Kamala moments, we'd be like, Bennett, this may have put you on the map, buddy, but now, since it was Kamala, and since our standards were so much higher for a ooh and ah moment, she shot herself in the foot by doing too good the first time around, man.
I think it was overrated. She took her shot.
Really, she's a victim of the media talking her up so much after.
Yeah,
and the media talking her up for the last month.
Isn't it kind of ironic how this was supposed to be the race debate, and she was unable to utilize any of that in her favor to attack Joe. This was her shot. The cards were set up perfectly, and she couldn't close. And like I told you what happened at the very beginning, I said, dude, they're going to go back to this entire segregation. They're going to go back to the entire bus thing, and she floundered big time. She even had the same question, the same topic. She could have landed the same punch, and she did not.
Yeah. So, who do you think? Two-part question. Number one, who rises and who falls now that we finish both debates? When the polls start rolling out early next week, who's up, who's down, or have we seen little to no movement?
You're going to see Joe Biden's going to continue. He's going to be at the top spot. Elizabeth Warren is probably going to be right behind him, or Bernie, but Elizabeth Warren's going to be a very close third. She's going to be closing that gap, followed by Harris, and then I think Tulsi Gabbard is going to be in your top 5. I'm predicting she's going to get that high.
I'm judging by last night. I could see a situation where Gabbard takes over Beto's spot.
Yeah, I agree.
And
she's going to surpass.
They literally just swap positions. Beto falls all the way down, and she takes Beto's spot.
Exactly. Now, some of the people, Marianne Williamson, she'll be in the top.
If the edible queen, Guillermo, my prediction is she's going to beat Joe Biden. Next poll is going to show her higher than Biden. All right. Maybe I've been smoking what she's been smoking. Who knows?
So here's my. So look, let's look to debate number 3. So debate number 3 will be in Texas, the Southern University, Houston, Southern University in Texas, Southern University.
Yeah, we got it right
in Houston. There we go. And it's going to be hosted by ABC News.
So that basically means that we are going to be the sole person in the Valley covering this. We're going to be the only place. And I don't know. So we've been listening to you guys out there. Do you want us to basically narrate the debate next time? If you're on Facebook, let us know. We'll do it. I mean, we have the rights to it. We're the only station within a few miles. I mean, are there any other ABC stations? I think we're going to be.
No, we're going to be the exclusive here in the
Central Valley station here in the Valley, the only place playing it live, so we won't have to play 3 hours of repeats like we had to do today. So stay tuned and let us know if you'd like us to narrate the debates.
And you did hear from some of the candidates say, hey, please go to my website so I can make the third debate. Because listen, it's going to be a little bit harder. So this is what you have to do so far. You have to amass 130,000 individual donors and achieve, this might be the hardest point, achieve 2% in 4 qualifying polls. 2% is all you got to get.
Let me look up the latest poll so I can see who that takes out.
And that's hard.
Let me see who that takes out.
And that's going to be hard for some of these candidates. So again, ABC News is going to be hosting it. Who do they got moderating it? Who's ABC News
they
moderating?
They have yet to announce, but I'm pretty sure George Stephanopoulos.
Bill
Clinton's fixer. He will be there. And by the way, speaking of Bill Clinton, once again, we're going back to Honda Civic, Kirsten Gillibrand.
Yeah.
So you mean to tell me when Trump leaves office, we're going to need Clorox wipes, but we didn't need them when Bill Clinton left?
Thank you.
What? What's the worst thing? What's the worst stain? Let's just be clear. What is the worst stain that Trump left? Big Mac sauce? Oh, he was eating a Big Mac. He was working late one night and ate a Big Mac, and he got Big Mac sauce on the presidential seal. If you were going to use Clorox wipes after any presidential administration, pretty damn sure it would have been Bill Clinton.
Exactly. Do we know the dates of the debate yet here?
Yeah, it's on the.
It's on the sheet here. September 12th and 13th. So we're gonna get a nice break. We're gonna get over a month.
We get over a month.
A month to figure out where these candidates fall. It's going to be.
How many people? Give me a random number of how many people you think we're gonna have dropped out by the time we meet back here in over a month.
Maybe 4.
4. Who do you think the first one is?
Maybe 4. I'll tell who should drop out.
No.
Like,
who do you think it
18
is?
of them. Kristen Gillibrand. I think she's got to go. She's got no pathway.
And this is going off last night and tonight. Who do you think drops out?
Tim Ryan. Tim Ryan might be the first one to drop out.
Okay.
Tim Ryan might realize it because he's Jim Ryan. Michael Bennett. Michael Bennett, Tim Ryan aren't going to make it to the next one. Bill de Blasio.
And
Bill de Blasio's not going to be there.
They could still be in the race. They just might not make the criteria.
Yeah, Jay Inslee not going to be there. And then you got John Delaney.
John Delaney has already said he's sticking in the race, so he will be.
He'll be Hickenlooper. So yeah, I think Tim Ryan, Hickenlooper, Bennett, and Inslee, de Blasio are out. I think they got to get out. There's no pathway. There's no pathway at all. They're just not going to happen.
I mean, there was no pathway at the beginning of this week.
I don't even know why they got in the race.
Yeah.
I don't even know. All right, I'll tell you what. Let's take some of our. We're up. We got 5 minutes left here in our coverage. Let's take some of your comments from Facebook. And again, we appreciate you guys tuning in to our post-debate coverage. Here we go. Let's go out to Belinda. First people on stage, she shook his hand and put other hand above his elbow so it wouldn't bend to step in for a hug. Was she referring to a nice save, G? I know what you're referring to. If it would get her the nomination, she would. It's so hard to read the comments. It's so far late. So I'm going to go to some of the more. Hopefully that will make Bernie supporters mad. I'm a little lost here. Clinton cleaned up so well. Clinton cleaned up so well when they left. They even took the furniture.
Yeah, but they left some stuff though.
They left some stuff.
Yeah. Clinton on that Resolute desk. Clinton left behind about 1 billion little unborn Clintons.
Oh my God!
You did. You know it's the truth.
Oh my gosh! All right, Jared. Tomorrow we're going to continue our coverage.
We still got 2 days.
We still have 2 days.
2 to 7 together, my friend.
Who's going to be joining us? Who's going to be joining us on Friday? I'm really excited about this.
Can I get a drum roll, please? They are deserving of it. The one, the only, the dynamic duo, Diamond out and Silk.
Sounds like we're like a military funeral. That's what it sounded like. Diamond and Silk.
Well, it was the death of Kamala Harris's campaign that we saw tonight. There's a death. There's a death.
Oh man, Diamond
the
and
one
Silk.
and only KGED's own. Well, they are black women, so we don't own them. We don't want to, Kamala Harris. She will not be joining us, Diamond and Silk.
Nope.
But we would love it, though. By the way, can we mention that we have put in a request to the top... Every candidate... See, KGED, we have our own standards. We have sent out multiple requests, so at least 2 requests, to every candidate polling above 6%. And we've gotten zilch back.
We tried Marianne Williamson? No, because she's not at 6%.
No, she's not at 6%.
We need to reach out to her.
We should.
I think she probably
she's
would.
the most willing
She probably
out of
would come
everybody.
on. Yeah, Marianne Williamson.
How would she be? Miss Williamson, thank you so much for joining us today. So we're heading towards the debate. How do you think you did yesterday?
Boyfriend.
I just met you.
Boyfriend, I'm just going to tell you I love everyone so much. It's all about love. I'm going to meet President Trump on that battlefield, and love is going to win. And my cat died.
Oh, I'm sorry.
She was
Ms. Williamson, why would people vote for you if, like Medicare for All, for instance, your plan is just whatever Senator Warren or Senator Sanders' plan is? Why would anyone vote for you? Why wouldn't they just vote for them?
It's about human rights. And in a human you have a heart, and in a heart you have love. And if you don't have love in a heart, then you just don't have a heart. And the guy in the White House, let me tell you something, brother. Let me tell you something.
I think that's racist.
He doesn't have a heart. What is racist?
What are countries? It's just a group of people.
What are countries? It's just a group of people just conglomerating in one single area.
That doesn't sound like one world government rhetoric
at all. Not at all. No, absolutely not.
Just abolish countries, period.
And here's the other thing I'm predicting too. You're going to have a couple nice articles tomorrow about the Lieutenant Governor of Michigan, who they're hoping is going to be the next Barack Obama.
Absolutely. And tomorrow, the vice chairman of the California Republican Party, Peter Quo. Maybe he'll bring his violin.
I hope he does. I really do.
Peter Quo will be joining us, obviously talking about the debate. Is California a lost cause? We'll get into that. And then, of course, Gavin Newsom's attempt to keep Trump off the primary ballot. We will get into all of that with Vice Chair of the California Republican Party, Peter Quo, tomorrow. Guillermo, another 5 hours tomorrow. You ready?
We're ready to do it.
Do it.
Our post-debate coverage is not done. Join us tomorrow and Friday here on the
Diamond and Silk on Friday.
That's right. Talk Radio 680 KGED. All right, folks. We appreciate you guys so much tuning in. We appreciate every single body. And we're done.
Every single body.
Every single body.
And don't worry, we'll be back. I mean, it was funny when we came in today. We're like, damn, you ready to do this again?
I was pretty.
I felt like we were just here.
4 shots later, I'm good. I'm good.
So you want to do another 3 hours?
I could do another hour. But,
just an hour.
But we're good. Hey, we appreciate you guys so much. We'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Have a wonderful night. Thanks for tuning in.
Debate week continues tomorrow, and we'll be together till Friday, till Diamond Down. Which, by the way, what a way to end our coverage. The one and only Diamond and Silk joining us. And then tomorrow, California Vice Party Chair Peter Quo will be joining us. We'll get into